All right, so my thin and minimal crowd stand up. Another case review, another thin case review, and we're gonna be talking about the Benks Armor Air for the 15 Pro Max. And of course, huge shout out to Benks for always looking out for your boys, sending me the cases. So let's go ahead and jump into it. Now, right offhand, these are gonna be for my minimalist. These are gonna be for my folks who want to keep things thin. And don't want the thick cases out there, so let's check it out. So we got protective phone case, 600D. You got thin and light, enhanced impact resistant. Now, I don't really know how that enhanced impact resistant works with a thin case, but that's what it says on the packaging, all right? I suggest you do not drop this case. You better get that damn AppleCare. Built with Kevlar, and yeah, you already know, man. The Benks Armor Air, you can probably say, was the thin case. I think it's one of the best thin cases on the market because of what you get for the quality and the price that's out there when it comes to thin cases. So let's go ahead and let me pop my phone on airplane mode so we won't be getting a bunch of mess. So here it is. Let's go ahead and check it out. So as you can see right here, this is going to be that thin Kevlar aramid fiber-ish design. You're going to get that aluminum frame that goes around your camera. It's going to give you that Benks. This is going to look very similar to the Benks Armor Pro that we have reviewed also if you need a little bit more protection. So I do like that little added touch they decided to give it. Nice, smooth Kevlar pattern, 600D. You can kind of feel the weaves a little bit. Doesn't really feel too pronounced, but it's not that slippery to where you feel like it's not going to have any grip at all. I feel like you can feel that texture a little bit. And even with that little feel, you do get a little bit of grip with that. Now, with this case, of course, your sides are going to be out. You're going to have your little cutout here for your power button, and you're going to have your cutout for your volume up and down and your action button. Now, normally, when it comes to these thin cases, you got two things that's out. Let me hear it in the comment section down below. Usually you got your booty out and you got your bald head out. But this time, they're conservative, okay? You got a hat on and you got some pants on. So you do got your top is going to be covered up when it comes to this, and your bottom will be covered up with the necessary cutouts. In my opinion, that's a very nice design because I would love to run a thin case like this, but I'm terrified of my top and my bottom being out, all right? You're not going to run around the streets with your butt out. You know what I mean? I like that they decided to actually cover them up when it comes to the Benks Armor Pro. Outside of that, of course, you're going to be MagSafe compatible. And let's go ahead and check out the weight. So you know this thing is going to be very thin. It's going to be very lightweight, not meant to be heavy. So let's go ahead and pop it on the scale. We are going to be looking at 29 grams, so very light. Anything under that 30, I feel like it's a sweet spot, especially when it comes to these thin cases. So that actually feels really good. Let's go ahead and grab the Natty. All right, Team Natural stand up real quick. Let me know what color iPhone you got in the comment section down below. I always like to know. That actually gives me video ideas when I know what colors you guys have. So one thing I do want to point out with on the sides right here, it does kind of have these relief cuts, and that makes it just a little bit easier to get off your phone. So let's just go ahead here, pop it on. Now, it doesn't feel like it fits super tight. When you first put it on, you're kind of like, meh. It fits meh at best, man. But if it's good, these cases, look, I know everybody's going to compare this directly to Pataka. Okay, Pataka fits like it's almost too damn tight on your phone. You actually have to fight and struggle to get that case off. With this one, it's going to be up there good, and I'll show you how easy it is to take off steel without it feeling like it has a bad fit. So let's go ahead and go around it. But right offhand, this is how that natural titanium is going to look. Very clean. I mean, they're only going to come in one colorway when it comes to the Armor Air. So whatever color iPhone you have, whether it's your silver, your black, your blue, your natty, whatever it's going to look fairly good. I don't think you have any issues with it. So step up. Oh, pause. I forgot we do have to weigh it now. Since we do have the phone on the case, a lot of you guys want to see the weight of it combined. Dropping it down, 263 grams combined with the 15 Pro Max and the case itself. So not too bad, not too bad. So let's go ahead and step around it. On the top side, of course, it's going to be completely closed. No issues there. Flipping over on that right side, you're going to have that exposed button. So, I mean, do we even have to test the button press? There's enough space cut out in between until we feel good. Doesn't really feel like the edges are too sharp. I know I have to mention that when it comes to these cases because a lot of people think edges and different things like that is sharp. Doesn't really feel sharp in my opinion. Flipping down over here to the bottom, all of your cutouts are spot on and accurate. And when you hold the button area, I feel like it feels good. It doesn't really give a little bitty sharp edge right here on the corners, but it's not that much to deal with. And on the left side, volume, up and down, action button, all of that has plenty of room to be protected. Flipping it over on the back, you're going to get that raised lip when it comes to that camera. So, I mean, do we even want to talk about raised lip protection? Because all these cases these days has that lip protection so you can keep that camera protected. And they got it right here as well. Now, One thing of protection that we do have to mention that it does not have, and that's because it's a thin case, and that's going to be that lay on the tail protection. Of course, I am rocking that tempered glass screen protector, and even with that, look, when it comes to these cases, man, make sure you have that Apple Care on deck. I don't care if it's the regular one or the Pro Plus or whatever the hell it's called when it comes to the Apple Care. Theft and loss. You need to have some type of Apple Care, man, because these cases aren't meant to be dropped. These cases are meant for somebody like me who works an office job, who works from home from some days of the week, not really putting your phone through a whole bunch of rugged, mess. That's who this phone is for. But if you live in that rugged life, man, this case may not be for you. This is for people who know they may potentially not drop their phone, but in the event that you do have a little protection. Once again, dropping these phones with this type of case, it's a super question mark. But he said it's impact resistant, right? Hey, Benks, you got to explain that to me. But yeah, lay on tail protection, not really much there. So you already know what to expect when it comes to this case. Now, how did this case fit on the phone? Now, a normal person will kind of say, T, that kind of removes too easy. But the thing about it is it snaps right back up there to where you have a solid fit. Now, the bottom, you're going to have to fight a little bit to get it off. But in my opinion, this case is very easy to remove from just prying it out like that. But trust me, when this phone is in here, it's not moving around. It's not doing anything to make you feel like the phone is not secure in the case. So therefore, it still fits very good. It's not too tight and it's easy to remove in the event that you have to remove this case. You don't want to be fighting with your case because if you use a case like Pataka, which they make excellent cases, and now some of you may prefer those over the Benks just because of the designs alone that you get with Pataka, but you're going to have to fight a 12-round bout to get that damn case off. That's where it is. With this one, it pops on and off, but the rub of it is you're only going to get one color. And how does this phone feel in your hand with this case? This combination feels good. I mean, it keeps it thin. I mean, we're talking about barely adding any bulk to a case like this, and I love that, man. I really want to run a case like this because the lightness of the Titanium 15 Pro Max with the thinness of this case just really makes this combination very, very clean. Keeps everything thin. Doesn't really feel too grippy. I mean, doesn't feel too slippery in my hands. It actually has a little bit of grip, just enough to where you won't feel like this case is like a wet bar of soap. So I think that does really well. Now let's go ahead and test out MagSafe. Once again, y'all let me know in the comment section down below. Does technically T need to change his MagSafe testing to be something a little bit more scientific? Do you want me to get the Gauss meter out? Do you want me to get the magnet paper out? What y'all want me to do, man? This is the staple of MagSafe testing. Now, one thing is when you put it on the MagSafe, I'm realizing that it really doesn't make strong connection with the actual case because the camera ring is bumping up against it. Now, I'm not sure if that's the standard protocol when it comes to all the cases, but it's something that we got to make note of. But of course, it's going to work fine with that. Well, does it work fine with the wireless charging? Because right now, okay, yeah. So is it going to wireless charge? So I'm not seeing it wireless charge. Now wait a minute. Let's make sure my plug is plugged in. So it does work just fine with wireless charging. There it is right there. But MagSafe, not wireless. So let's pop this back on. Now, if you have like a base or something like this, okay, there it is. It makes contact now. It's a little weird with that camera ring, but when it comes to the strength, we're not talking about anything that's too dramatically crazy. It's not going to pick this base up or anything, but that could be because this is making contact with the actual. I think that's the deal with all these cases, if I'm not mistaken. So it's not really making much contact when it comes to that, but it does work just fine with MagSafe. From right now, it doesn't feel like it's the strongest, but I feel like, let me see if it's just, I can always tell when it comes to the accessories. No, you have good strength right here. This shaker, it's just probably not working with this thing right here because it's a big boy. Some cases don't work with that. But the MagSafe strength definitely is viable enough to where you can use these MagSafe accessories and do not feel like you are missing out on anything. That has a strong magnet there. If you're a fan that uses wallets, yeah, that snaps up there with authority and you're definitely good to go. Once that's up there, you can take this in and out your pocket. It might slide around a little bit, but that just is what it is when it comes to the Benks Armor Pro. So for $39.99, I was gonna say 40 bucks. I was about to say $49.99. This case runs you $39.99 over on Benks' website, which I feel like makes this a steal for the quality of case that you're getting. The competitor, we already know directly, is going to be Pataka. Pataka case is going to run $50, $60 and up. That's pretty expensive when it comes to that, but you also get the fancy designs, and some people may like that a little bit better, but if you don't really care about all that, you're looking for a simple, clean, minimal, aramid fiber case with great quality. Now, it may take a little while, especially when you order from Benks. It's coming from China, so it may take you just a little bit. So you gotta be patient. Have a temporary case before you get that case. You watch me, I'm pretty sure you got more than one case. But I think it's a very solid case. I think for the price that you're getting, the quality that you're getting is gonna be cheaper, and it's actually gonna cover your top and bottom up. Yeah, you gotta kind of take that hit when it comes to the cases and the colors and designs. Outside of that, I feel like this is going to be a must buy if you want a thin and minimal case. But if you feel like this case is a little bit too thin and you say, T, I like what Benks is doing, but I need a little bit more protection, Benks also makes the Armor Pro, which is going to give you a little bit more protection. Easily one of the top cases for the 15 Pro Max. I'll leave that video right here.